Boy, sometimes that ends faster than I expect. How's it going, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning, because yeah, that's when we stream all the time. What's going on? All right, SG, you're here. Thank goodness. Can you make the right doodly doos in the hooper hopper? Thanks, buddy. Oh my gosh, how's it going, everybody? Well, I'm sorry I missed this weekend, but I'm glad to be here today. How's everybody doing? T-Brew got first. Nicholas, Nicolau, good to see you. Nick, so close, always near the top. All right, Quindor's here. We're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Thank goodness. Mark, this is a makeup stream, my man. This is a makeup stream. I was out of town for the weekend, and so this is getting back to it. And then I had to work. I was out of town for the weekend, and then I had to work yesterday. But I worked last night. Oh, Justin Z's already got it. Oh, nice. Man, you guys are good. You guys are amazing. Finished my stream. Would have rated you. Oh no. Oh, that's okay. Next time I'll let you know. Next time I'll let you know it's coming. Any update on my stock? Gary, right now everybody is kind of on vacation over there for the Chinese New Year. So I don't have any, there's nothing in the works. I assume you're talking Dig Unos and quads and stuff. So I do have some Dig to goes. And then I've been working on some things. I've been working on some other things. We're gonna keep trying to get those Unos, quads, etc. in stock all the time. I'm gonna try and start keeping some other things in the store as well. Anyways, PCB Way, there, that way. PCB Way, thanks for sponsoring the video as always. There should be, if there's not yet, there will be soon. A new doodly boppers are taken care of. All right, thank you very much, Justin. And then, yes, everybody go to Discord and do the / here. And that way you get your points. I don't know if it's working right now, but you should still stock up on your points, because I know Blade's got, he's got some magic in the works. We were going to try and get it together before today's stream, but I didn't give him very much warning. So anyways, I'm glad, Gary. Thank you. You're welcome. No stock right now. Most of the stuff is out or almost out, but we're quickly making new. Hopefully available soon. There you go. We are, I was going to already say, we're going to do our best to not run out of stock this year, but it's already this year and we're already out. So I guess kind of failed on that one. 2 Dig-Octas working excellent with wLEDs and lights. Fantastic. All right. Well, hey, we got some fun today. I've been playing a lot with this Lanbon, and that's one of the things I'm gonna get in the store. Hopefully we'll get that in the store at some point in the near future. They're all on vacation too. I did get a message back from the supply folks for those, and they're like, we're on vacation. We'll talk later. So let's see. There we go. Oop, there's my upper monitor. There's the wHobbit-House. We are actually producing a good amount of solar up there at the wHobbit-House. Charging up the batteries. Got to warm up the house. It's 40 degrees inside, and that's not Celsius. So we're warming up the house so we can go up there this weekend. But I do got this. This is the Lanbon display. And I did tell you, I showed on the last, like a short or an update, right? That I got this working. So now I do have the album art and a little media player. This is actually linked to Alexa, an Alexa media player, but it would work with whichever media player you want in Home Assistant. So I'm trying to get together a good number of useful screens on this that we can, ship it with some default screens that you can then just edit and change and update and copy and such. So there'll be one for wLED, one for media player, and then the one we're working on today is Thermostat. This is the easy part. Getting it to show up on the screen like that, that's the easy part. All I did there was just copied, we'll go back over here now. I just copied this from the example. I did change this top line, because I think this top line's wrong. I don't think you can have, it's just a copy of the same thing. I don't know. And the problem, I think, is if you have 2 IDs that are the same. So this may be I don't know for sure. Maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe they did a typo in there. I'm not sure. But what I did on mine, which is here, and and I will try to zoom it in a little bit better. I know how difficult that is to read. I wish I could, maybe what I'll do is I'll slide this over that way because you don't need all that. And then we can slide this out this way and I can reload the pages better. That should be okay, right? Maybe I can even go all the way out. And then maybe I can even zoom in a little more. Nope, that's too much. Now I can't reload it. Okay, anyways. So what I did, this is my thermostat entry down here. And I added this line at the top. And this line basically just adds a new object, which is a label. And I positioned it 5 from the side, 5 down from the top. Made it the width of almost the whole width. If you take the 5 on one side and 5 on the other side, subtract them from 240, which is the width, then you got 230. So that's the width. The height, I made 25. And then I just put in the text for us. For me, it'll be master bedroom, but this would be the name of your thermostat, whatever you want to name it. And then I just told it to line up in the center. And that gives you that up there where it says master bedroom. Ordered Unos from Alnet 3 weeks ago. Still no shipping updates. Quad from your store arrived super quick, though. That's good to hear, Brian. I know they're on vacation over there. 3 weeks ago, you'd have thought that was before they left on vacation, but I think they may have. 3 weeks ago, they were probably scrambling like crazy to try and get me my last shipment, so I'm not going to give them a hard time about not shipping something out. Oh, yay. This is the internet talk place. Hello, John. Welcome, welcome. All right, so that's now the hard part of the thermostat is not the visual part that shows up on the screen. That's pretty easy and it's already laid out and somebody did it for us and I'm not going to change it. Well, I'll change a little bit of it, but we'll get to some of the things that I'll change because some of the things aren't going to apply to me and I don't know how much they'll apply to everybody else, but it is pretty slick. Like watch that display up there. When I swipe sideways, look at that. It like gives you different options. Oh, it only says one, fan mode. There it goes. HVAC mode. Let's see. Come on. Swipe. Maybe that's as far as it goes that way. Swipe. Yeah, because this thing is totally responsive all the time. It's perfect. What could possibly go wrong? There we go. Fan mode. And then this is on off for something. I don't know what. I thought there was more than this. Anyways, I do like, they did do a really good job on this of making it so it's very responsive. Like that thing moves around a lot. I don't know if you can see that up there. We'll do it here. There, you can see it there, and then you can move it over there. Of course, it's in Celsius, but that's okay because that's what we should do is have our houses in Celsius. Hello, people. Hit that freaking like button. How's it going, Stubbs? Thanks for being here. Mr. Fixers, that's right. We got a midweek stream. I like streaming. I just do. I just like it. I just like it. And I'm still working on, what makes good videos. I'm still trying to remember how to make good videos, but we'll see. Anyways, so we've got the display part is easy. The hard part is the configuration part in Home Assistant. This is the text you need, or this is the code stuff that you need to make the display look like the one you're looking at on my screen. But from there, we got a little more trouble. This, starting here, is the object information that you need for Home Assistant. And it is mucho grande. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Look at that, 200 and something lines. Yowza. Ouch. But that's okay. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. But I'm going to start with just cutting it and pasting it into my file in Home Assistente. I wonder why my master is unavailable. That's no bueno. Super cold outside right now. Super, super, super cold. Super cold. Crazy cold. All right, we're going to go into the studio code here. Visual Studio. And we're going to go into OpenHASP. So I have this OpenHASP.yaml, and this has every OpenHASP device. I guess you could probably have a different file for each one. Right now I've got the 3 or 4 of them that I've messed with all kind of jumbled into one file. So I'm going to just tag this on the end of all that. So I'm going to go to this example from the OpenHASP documentation, and I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to grab this whole thing. And then we'll have to go back through and figure out what stuff we need to change. It's going to be a lot. Why is it not letting me? There we go. That's good enough. We'll copy all that and go back to our, this is Home Assistant OpenHASP.yaml, and we're going to paste it. Let's see if the lineup is actually good. Look at that. It actually made it okay. So there, we're actually lined up. So the object number here is actually lined up with our new one. But the first problem that we have is that this is that right? Did it get it all? No, it didn't get it all. It didn't get it all. It should have started with arc slider. It didn't. Copy that again. Unless it's, oh no, wait, I'm not looking down far enough, am I? Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not looking down far enough. And that's why this indentation of sequence is saying it's bad. It's saying you bad, you bad. Mucho bado. Yeah, so I was wrong. It didn't line up correctly. It's one off. So I got to grab it all. Oh, I hope this works. Grab everything here. And I'm going to have to move it left one tab. Gosh, I can't remember how to do that. Is it Shift Tab? Yes. Haha. Shift Tab. And now maybe it's lined up. We got 2 spaces and then it starts. So let's go back up here and look at our others. Shift Tab and then it starts. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Okay, but that's not, oh yeah, that's good. That's good, good, good. So this is all being added to my Lanbon and objects. So this is my primary heading, right? It says Lanbon 1, that's the name of this thing. And then objects. This is also, would be nice if this could be a little bit bigger, right? And I could pull this closed or more closed. Okay, so Lanbon 1, objects, and then all these objects, these are all the buttons or the interactive things or the display elements. Okay, each one is an object. So I just added a whole bunch of objects. Now, the default or the, not default, the example shows, the example is using, here it is right here. The example is using page, oosh. Okay, the example is using page 3, but mine is actually page 4, and my media player is page 3. So you can't have duplicates like this. Object P3B20 being the volume slider on my media player, that's a problem if object P3B20 is also listed as my arc slider on the thermostat. That will no worky. So this is going to be, I know I'm going to do it the slow and difficult way because that's just what I like to do. I'm going to go in here and do 4, and then I'll leave the rest of the numbers the same. So it can still be button 20. It just has to be referencing page 4. So now it's P4, B20, and on down the list. So that's part of what I have to change to make this work for mine. And if you wanted more than one thermostat page, you do the same thing, but you change it all. It would probably be a good idea to break this up. This is going to start to be a bit unwieldy as far as a size of this YAML file. It's going to be mucho grande. So we might want to think of ways to split it up. I think as long as we put it in that folder and we name it, it probably worked. Control H and replace P3 to P4. Would that, but I don't want to replace all the other ones. You see, sir, good enough? Because unfortunately I've got P3B something up above that's right, and I want it to stay. So I only want to do it from like this point down, which I could probably do, but I could also probably do this. Oh, was that it? No way. That was way too, that was not very many. All right, so now we got button 43. We've got button 42, button 30, button 41, button 25, button 23, button 21, and button 20. You can only replace in selection. I picked one at a time. It'll work. This is actually water this morning, but we're still going to get it up perfect. I haven't put Creative's new animations in yet. I need to do that. Okay, so that was the first thing we need to change. The first thing was to change it so that the page button is correct based on my setup. So for me, the thermostat is page 4. I had to change all those page 3s to page 4s. The next thing I have to do, excuse me, the next thing I have to do is change all these climate thermostat 1s to something else. Now, this is when I can do like what you're talking about and do like a control find and then replace, right? So I can do that here. So I am going to pick climate thermostat underline 1, and I'm going to change all occurrences. All right. Ooh, I can change it all at once. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. So let's go into Home Assistant and figure out which thermostat we want this to modify. Oops, I'm going to need another Home Assistant window. All right. So let's go here into our developer tools and we will pick a thermostat. Now this window is a little bit wonky because I made the other one wonky. So pull it back here so you can see it. All right, we're going to go climate and let's decide which one we want. Basement bedrooms, kitchen floor. I'm going to do it with the master for now. Theater heat, piano room, office, master floor heat. So that's what we're going to use. We're just going to say climate, master floor heat. Master underscore floor underscore heat. Okay. So now the way that I did that change all occurrences, it's going to let me change them all at once. Climate dot master underscore floor underscore heat. All right. So now those are all changed. That's actually pretty good. Anyone notice the track playing in Alexa Media Player, Wanted Dead or Alive, the top tune? And it's actually, but it's not even, it's an instrumental version by a guy that does cool stuff. Do you want to see it? I remember which one this is. Scott B. Davis. He does pianos. But yeah, typically you will hear plenty of Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, AC/DC, Metallica if you come to my house. All right, that might get us started. So master floor heat, set temperature, like that might get us started. Another thing that's gonna mess us up here is this. Okay, the sensor. Here we go. Gauge current temperature. This is another one we need to change. All right, lunchtime. Glad you're here at lunchtime. Perfect timing. So we do need to change the sensor information also. So we got to change this. Minimum temp, maximum temp. So this is his BLE something something sensor. And I need to change that to my sensor. So let's go figure out which sensor that's going to be. I'm pretty sure I have a master bedroom sensor. Oh, let's try sensor. Master bathroom, next alarm, next timer. Oof. Okay, so that means it's because it's not there. That's okay. I'll look in a different place. I'm gonna go here, and I do know that I do have the master right here, master bedroom temperature. So let's look at what this thing is. It is flipping cold in there. It's way too cold in there. It's really cold outside. The master heat's not coming on right now. Master bedroom multi-sensor. And here is the temperature. So this is the name of this is what I need. So that's a roundabout crazy way to get there, but it's got a crazy name. This is one of those Zigbee temperature sensors. So it's got a funky name, Lumi weather, blah, 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 temperature. Anyways, we're going to copy that. And we're going to go back here and we're going to just take out, we'll do this. We'll do this and we'll do that all, change all occurrences. And then we will, I can't paste it in. Can I do that and then paste? Oh yeah, I could. I did it with my little button on my mouse. Great. So I just pasted in my sensor name instead of their sensor name. All right. So that's good. Master floor heat. Some of this I know. Oh, here's another temperature sensor. Label current temperature with long short touch. Sensor temp room 1. I wonder what that's going to be. -2F in Iowa yesterday. Oh, it's so blasted cold. Look at this. Oh, well, actually, you can do it in the chat, right? You can do like weather in Preston. So blazing cold up there. All right, where'd I go? I lost myself. Okay. Oh, well, that's a problem. Master bedroom temp battery, 0%. Oh, crud. I should probably replace that. That's a problem. Hey, Richard's here. How's it going? Snowing in Vancouver, barely. It has been like nonstop snowing here for a couple of weeks. Today the sun's out, so that may help some, but it's just been so cold that like, I think just the whatever humidity is in the air is just turning into ice and falling. That's what we get for snow right now. It's just crazy. Minus, man, see how cold it is everywhere. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, where was I? Lost myself. Lost my train of thought. Oh, this temperature sensor. What is this? Label current temperature sensor. I'm going to need to turn this off so my phone stops beeping at me. Label current temp. Add plus minus with short or long touch. So is it creating a sensor? What is this? Click false climate. Set temperature, master floor heat. I'm anticipating that there's also going to be a problem when we get to because there's got to be different. There's probably going to be different. So we have a climate, for me, I have a climate entity that does the heat and a different climate entity that does the air conditioning. So I'll have to, somewhere in here, I'll have to modify those. Like this one, fan modes, that climate is going to be different. Let's start with this and then we'll get it going and then we'll go back into it and we'll start finding all the places where we need to change it. It would be, this is why we need blueprint, right? And I'm not good enough at blueprints yet to make this into a blueprint, but that's what we need here is we need a blueprint and we need it to say, okay, well, what entity do you want to control? Which climate entity do you want to control for heat? Which one do you want to control for cooling? Which one do you want to control for fan? And then what's the entity for your temperature sensor, right? And then it puts all these in here. So, but can we do blueprints? Blueprints are for automations. This is not an automation. How's it going, Bling B? I got from AliExpress and flashed it with OpenHASP firmware. It won't broadcast the Wi-Fi AP. Anyone tried OpenHASP on this device? Oh yeah, I have that. I have OpenHASP on that device, and it worked really well. So it wouldn't fly. It wouldn't. Well, you know what, Nicholas? The nice thing about OpenHASP is it also lets you do things through the console. So when you're done flashing that device, you can go to, it says like see logs in console or something, gives you an option to go to the logs in the console. You can go there and then you can put in commands. I don't think it's on this commands page. It's somewhere in this OpenHASP documentation are the commands. And it's simple stuff. Like you just type into the command line there on the console. You just type SSID, lowercase, space, and then the name of your Wi-Fi network. And then I think you just type, now that's the thing. I don't remember what it is. I think it's Wi-Fi_PW, but I'm not 100% sure. And then space, and then your password. And so you could just upload your Wi-Fi information directly to the device via serial connection right after you flash it without using the access point and putting it in that way. So you can do that. It's nice. It's mucho niso. It's a bilingual stream today. Okay, let's check it out. So we did this in Home Assistant. So now it's time to go into Home Assistant and to restart. Right? Oh, did I save it? I don't think I saved it. Let's go back here and save this. Control S. Okay, now that's saved. So like here's one, set fan mode and target ID, master floor heat. So there's going to be some issues, but I do have some of these things. So we'll go in and we'll change each one, but I want to see it kind of get started first, right? Let's do that first. So now that we've got that, now we can restart this. And we'll see if it says, hey, your device is screwed up or something. Tagged the wrong Nicholas, but you got it. Had some issues with that on mine. Oh, good. Flashed the right firmware. There's a different one for the, and the plus. Oh, good question. Good question. Mine, I have the SC01 that's not the plus, and I overloaded the memory, and now in order to get back to it, I have to reflash it. I think. At least that's what my plan is, which is really sad. It's mucho sad because I had a bunch of stuff worked out in there. And what I didn't do, which I'm going to do with this, which I have been doing with this Lanbon, is saving this file. So let's do that right now. An important thing to do when you're doing all this fancy, important changes and coding and etc. is to save this every once in a while. So we're going to go up here and how did we do? Oh, it's back up it's in a different place, right? I don't remember. Let's see, pages. I thought there was a way to back this up real easy right here. I think, oh, you right click over here. That's what it is. You guys can't see that. I'll bring that back into view. So when you want to back this up, so you made all these changes and it's really important, you want to keep them, you don't want them to get lost like happened to me with my other board. You can go over to the pages.json L, right click, and then download. And then just keep it in a place that's important to you. For me, that's Flash Easy and OpenHASP and Lanbon L8. And then I'm just going to rename it that. It's going to say, yes, there's already one. And I'm going to say, I don't care. I want this to be the latest and greatest. Okay. So that's now backed up. All right. Let's see where we're at here. We should be back to, that's for something else. All right. Great. We should be back in business here. Oh boy. You guys looking up there? That ain't right. Yeah, ain't right. That ain't right. Wow. Okay, so there's a few things that are going on here. One is our display, like the numbers on that display are going from 7 to 35. Now, I'm going to guess that that's because that's what my climate entity is telling it to do. So we're going to go into Visual Studio here. We're going to go into the configuration here. We're going to find that master floor. master floor heat. And here it is right here. It goes from 7 to 35. The minimum temp 7, maximum temp 35. I don't think we need to go minimum 7, maximum 35. I mean, what's the minimum in Celsius that you ever set your air conditioning to, guys? What do you think? Maybe 14? Somewhere in there? Something like that. And the maximum can be like 30. I don't think we're ever going to change it from there. The away, while we're here, I'm going to change a couple other things here. The away temp, okay. We're going to leave the away temp at 20 or change it to 20. Okay, target sensor is there. Okay. So let's change that, save that. And now we'll do another restart here because I changed, that's in the configuration.yaml, unfortunately. There's probably another way to just change the display, but I'm assuming that the display is grabbing it from the configuration file. So we'll start with changing that. I'm wondering if that middle 0 on that display up there, I wonder if that middle 0 is the sensor information. And because that sensor battery showed it was dead, maybe something's wrong. Air conditioner is 31 to 17, Yono says. Okay. Stub says 15 to 30. Okay. We'll get it reloaded here shortly. We can, in the meantime, go back in. Hey, Tyson, how's it going? Haven't seen you in forever. All right, we're going to go in here, go back to Visual Studio. Displaying every other value. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, because you probably don't need every single degree, right? That's a good point. Well, there it goes. You can see it updated. You can see that it updated. And, you know, this being the heat, we really don't want it to display the whole thing, probably. Gosh, look how cold it says it is, though. It does show, it doesn't have the number, like the number in the middle is not right, but look at where it shows the temperature at. Oh my gosh, like 16.5. What the blazes? I don't think it's not really that cold in there. Hold on. Oh, yeah, the heat's off. Okay. Yeah, my gosh. It says it's 16 degrees in there and says the heat, that is clearly not working. Something is wrong. Something is wrong, but that's correct. It's just not showing the right information. And it's red, meaning it's heating, so that's good. Turn the heat way up. Okay, that's good. That's working. Let's see if it changes. You see how this is down here? This is what I've got it set to. Let's change it. Yeah, and it updates right. Oh boy, that's fast too. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, and if I change it here, it changes in Home Assistant. Right there. Pretty good. Okay, we got that working. The reason that my heat's not working is something unrelated to that, but I think what it is, this is what I think has happened. And any of you have radiant heat? The radiant heat, well, first of all, it could just be that battery's dead. So I might just need to go fix that battery, because I was in that room a few minutes like before I started this, and it wasn't that cold. But maybe it is. But I think the problem that I have is we have radiant heat. Yeah, maybe it's the dead battery in the sensor. That would be the first thing I'll check. But the other thing that I know has happened to us in the past with our radiant heat is we get like an airlock. Like we need to bleed the system every once in a while, I guess. And if we don't bleed it, we get like an airlock basically. And there's not like the water that's supposed to be flowing through the floor doesn't. So then we freeze. The other part is that room is kind of off by itself in the house, so it doesn't really have it's got its own roof and several walls that touch the outside, so it may be colder than most rooms, but it shouldn't be that cold. All right, well, that's good. So far, I'd say we have moderate success. I should probably have something that says like, you rolled a 15. Is more like what we did so far. We rolled a 15. We're not quite there as far as getting it all done, but let's move on to the next step. We did get the heat to work and it responds. So I got the correct temperature sensor and I got the correct heat element or heat climate entity. I got the correct heat climate entity. Knocking with the airlock, we had that before. So you've had it too, Chris, huh? What usually is my indicator that that's what's going on is we don't hear the floor. Usually we hear the floor, popping and bubbling and stuff. But if we don't hear anything in the floor, then that usually means it's not heating. This is here in our house. This is here in our house. Should be. All right, back to this. Let's go see what else we need to change. All right, OpenHASP. Let's go down to HVAC mode. Heating, cooling, drying, fan only. Okay, I don't have those options in my HVAC. My HVAC, I do have just an air conditioner. If you hear anything, it means air. Oh boy. Well, maybe I need to troubleshoot it. I'm home today. Once we're done here, that's definitely high on my priority list. I like sleeping with it a little bit cool, but that's a little bit nutty. That's way too nutty. All right, let's try and work on the air conditioning part. So we did the heat part. Now let's do the air conditioning part. In my case, I have a different unit for the air conditioner. So let's look at my air conditioner unit, which is this right here. Main floor AC. And right now the target temperature is way down. Let's go in here. Oh, so it doesn't have a unique ID, so I can't really change it here. But I should be able to see what it is. History, show more. Main floor AC entity. Yeah, well, I'll go over here and do it. I'll do it the old-fashioned way, because as Tyson says, I'm an old man. We're going to go climate. Mass climate dot main. How's it going? Buddy? Oh, you feeling sick? Oh, okay. Love you. I'll see you later tonight. You look good. Mr. Dawson's feeling a little sick. All right, we're going to take this climate main floor AC, and that's what it is. So, heat is disconnected in my bedroom. Oh. Okay. We're going to go here. Drop down with HVAC modes. So we're going to change this. So I can't do it where I change it every time because it would change it up above there as well. So I have to do it here. There should be another way though. Well, there is a way, but I'm not sure what it is. So we're just going to paste that in there. We'll go over here. Paste that in there. Sometimes you just got to be careful. Sometimes you don't get the option of doing things automatically. You got to just go through one at a time and just be careful. Certainly the probability of messing up is higher when you do it this way. Missing one. But we got to do what we got to do. HVAC, climate. Okay, great. Now, crud is definitely going around. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. We cuddle. You guys are like polar bears up there, SG. You guys, you know, in Wisconsin, it's a different breed of human up there. You guys are one of my best friends. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this. One of my best friends from high school growing up was from, was it Kenosha? No. Kenosha? Something like that? Kenosha? Anyways, he was from Wisconsin. He was from some crazy cold place in Wisconsin where they jump in the lakes naked. You know. Anyways, crazy people. All right, so my main floor AC, I don't want the heat. So I am going to take out some of these things. In fact, if I look at what options I have for my climate, for this entity right here, I really only have off and cool. I really only have off and cool. So I am going to take out everything except off and cooling. So we're going to just take out heating. We're going to take out heat cool. We're going to take them all. We're going to take out fan only and drying as well. So really it's just off and cool. Human, are you sure? Maybe not. You guys are like a polar bear sea lion mix or something. I don't know. Okay. Main floor AC. Okay, so here I've got some more options. Up here we need to take out because I don't want these options either. So we'll have to, let's see, where does this is tricky when you start modifying these things. This is a good way to break it. If mode equals off, then set it to off is basically what this is saying. So if mode equals heat, then set it to heat. So I don't want that. Take that one out. Cool, and set it to cooling. Okay. And then I don't need any of these others. Else, just on. So it's either off, cooling, or on. Okay. Okay. So that's that one. We will, I think we're good there. So I'm going to save that. Now I'm going to make that fatal mistake that you make sometimes when you do two changes at once. I am going to now do the fan because I've got that, we call it the quiet cool. Oh, but you know what? Mine, oh, those are switches. It's not even a climate. Oh, crud. Oh, man. So see, I've got this switch quiet, cool, high, low, and medium. So how can I make that work? What I want is this: object properties, state, fan modes. So this is, I want to modify this so that it gives me my options to change my quiet, cool fan speeds. That would be ideal. What if I go back here and look at what I'm doing on my climate page? See, I just have this, and when I have it on, I have it do that spinning thing. So that doesn't really, it's not really going to help us, I don't think. Yeah, so I just have this button card that says when quiet, cool, low is turned on, this thing spins. Turns green and spins. Okay, well, that may not work. I'm I would like to do something with this. Drop down with fan modes. I guess this is only if it's set to fan modes. Now I just took fan modes off the options. If it... Ooh. Your plate. That needs to change. Well, that's why. So this is something else. It's a tap dots. Tap dots. Oh. Your plate. So it shouldn't be your plate. I need to change this to the Lanbon L1. I'm jumping around again. Sorry. I'm squirreling within the context of a single object here, but I'm still squirreling. Lanbon L1. Just double checking the name of it. So that is probably... So your plate here needs to instead be Lanbon 1. Okay, that'll be important. So that'll change something that it displays. I don't know what. Maybe that'll change it up at the top. Oh, yeah. P26 parameters, 1%, 2%. Interesting. Not sure what that's going to change, but that will be interesting to see. All right, well, let's do a Control S. And then I don't remember if you have to do a restart of this or not, but it seems to be just fine to do a restart. So I'm going to do a restart. All right. May need to add screen items for Quiet Cool or something separate. I think you're right. I think without having an entity, a climate entity that does that, because it's trying to incorporate it into one single climate entity, and I probably won't be able to do that. So probably what I'll need to do is just have, well, we'll see if I can do it with with the drop downs. It would be nice if it was on this one page. But if not, that's okay. Maybe what we need is just a whole separate screen for Quiet Cool instead of trying to make Quiet Cool work on this same screen. Just, tab to another page and then it updates to that. I could try that. Luis, how's it going? Luis Cabral. And I know what's going to happen here too is that it's not going to turn the heat back on. It's like every time I reset, because my heat stuff is set. Whoa, that's weird. My heat stuff is set to turn on and off based on a node red flow. The node red flow has to run once before this happens, and it doesn't run immediately. There we go. But now the heat's all back on. It should not be idle, though. It should definitely be on. Heating. There we go. Okay, that one fixed itself. Great. Okay. Let's then work on... It's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. All right, where are we at here now? Fan modes. Off. Cooling. So okay, so that's good. But what happens there? Golly. Here's a problem with that. I set it so that I guess what I'll need to do, maybe I'm trying to do this wrong. Maybe I should just have a different thermostat for each climate entity and then just delete the things I don't need, because by mixing multiple climate entities, now my display is not going to be showing the correct climate entity, right? My display where the temperature is showing is still going to be looking at the master bedroom heat climate entity. If I turn on the cooling here, then the air conditioning will come on, but the climate setting ability that I have here with this dial and the information it's giving me are still coming from the heating. climate entity and not the air conditioning climate entity. So I probably just need to delete the things I'm not going to use. I do like how it is though. So this example is pretty cool. Hey now, I want to go back to something else. Oh boy, don't do that. Why can't I swipe back over? Those of you that have like Nest thermostats and things, do they work pretty well or do you have issues? I wish that would give me that. Oh, cool. So as I tap this thing in the middle, it's moving the thermostat, the set temperature up a little. So if you just tap the middle, it bumps it up. Sweet. And I think if you hold it, it bumps it up by more. At least I read that somewhere. It doesn't look like that's happening. No. If you tap it, if you just want to go up by decimal points rather than try and fine tune it with this thing, you just tap that middle bit. That's great. I do notice that sometimes these, especially if you're tapping a lot like I just did, when you tap the heck out of it, sometimes it takes a minute for it to register all the way back and stuff. Z-Wave thermostat, I've had to make my own setup home assistant node red because it keeps wanting to override the max heating temp to 40 for some reason. Ouch. Nest thermostat works great, but now that HA has me, their smarts aren't all that useful. I turned most of the features off. Oh, and from the Nest you do? Nest needs a strong Google Net. You are more Alexa. That's true. I am. My reason for asking is I want to know about the responsiveness. When you touch that screen and move it around, is it super responsive? Does it sometimes lag a little bit in the response? This has been pretty good, but as you just saw, it's not perfect. Nest thermostat. It's okay. Extremely big hassle to integrate into HA. Ecobee is much better, I've heard. I need to do something up at the Hobbit house so that I can control locations without being there. Because right now all my thermostats up there are nothing. Man, look at that solar production, baby. 7,000 watts. Woo! And this one looks like it still has some oh, well now it just dropped down to 3,000. Anyways, I just like looking up there and seeing that we're heating the house. It's because the battery's full. Even with the geothermal on, the battery's still full. Man, I love that place. So great. Look at that sun. That's why. How much sun there is up there at the Hobbit house. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I wonder how the snow's going to be up there. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be bad. All right. Sorry, where was I? Go with Ecobee for the Hobbit house. Yeah. I wanted to use Aleka's because they had theirs, you know, the Aleka made some. But with Ecobee, I could probably do it. Easier to integrate to Home Assistant. You've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Oh, yay. Uh-huh. Hey, Nigel, how you doing? Okay. Where were we with this thermostat? What should we do next? Should we do, and I do actually have another thing we can do. So if we want to fix anything else with the thermostat, we can do that. Or I can move on to part 2 that I had planned for today, which is something I need to do today anyways. So I might as well do it with you guys than by myself in the quiet, dark abyss of nothingness in my office. Which ones do you have, Worm? You have Ecobee for Ecobee, and I have a schedule for Ecobee, but occupancy and Home Assistant. I'm gonna try that. I think, yeah, I'm gonna try it. I haven't heard how the Amazon thermostat is as far as user friendly. I tried it and it wasn't great. It gave me grief, but I don't know if that was because I was trying to make it do something it wasn't supposed to do or not. You know, they have certain wires in the right places and the wrong places, and it did not just plug and play with my Honeywell thermostat that I have up at the Hobbit house. And that was what I was hoping it would do. I bought one of them to say, I'm going to try this, put it in place of this main thermostat on one spot up at the Hobbit house. And that's a Honeywell, but it didn't do the job. But I don't want to spend, $200 per thermostat. I got like 7 of them up there or something crazy. My master bedroom is windows facing south. Oh, you're making me cold just looking. Yeah, and Tyson, that's certainly an option. The reason not to, what I've found with the Hobbit house is I need redundancy. Like a lot of my important stuff I have running on Shelly's because I can also use the Shelly app if there's a Home Assistant problem. I haven't had problems in a while. Things seem to be pretty smooth for many months now, but you know. So if I could have it work with a different app like the Alexa app or Ecobee or something, then I would probably go that way there, just because that is so mission critical that I need a redundant system. I need a backup system. I can't just do Home Assistant up there. Wiser heating, great integration. Low voltage ones, yeah, it would have to be the low voltage ones, and maybe that would be the thing to do. That could be the thing to do. Does Shelly have a thermostat? Okay, let me think. Let's look at the example and think about what else this thing is doing. I want to watch this for a second too. So turn on, turn off, change the temperature. Okay, great. Why does his temperature show up in the middle and mine doesn't? We need to fix that. So there's all those options, heating and cooling, but the problem with that for me is I love that. If I had a system that did all that, that'd be great. I personally don't, so I can't do that. And then this was the fan speed, right? So it's a really good system that they have, but my particular system doesn't work that same way as far as their examples go. So let's just switch. Let's figure out this middle button thing. That's what I need to figure out. Let's make that work, and then we'll move on. Ecobee is $300, very expensive. Yeah, then that's out for me. Wise thermostat, maybe that's the one. I certainly am open to trying some different ones, for sure. Okay, let's look at what this thing is doing. Let's try and find the section that deals with that middle button. So that middle button is what? Drop down switch, tab, 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 tab view, label, label, object. It's probably this. It's probably this. 24, ID 24. I bet that's it. Well, or would it say, yeah, radius 5. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, radius 5, that's kind of small. Well, let's look down here and see what we can see. Arc slider, gauge current temp, label current temp with a short and long touch. This is it right here. So it's 23. Yeah, and so this is, yeah, you touch it and it, oh, I wonder if there's default float 1, set temp. Long, yeah. Label target temp. Label target temp. So that's what 25 is. So it's 23 or 25, huh? 23 is the label. And then this object. And with plus minus long and short touch. Let's go in here and see. Sooner next time if there's dinner involved. Hey, Scarlax, how you doing? There is no dinner involved. I mean, you're welcome to whatever you have in the kitchen. All right, let's try some of these buttons. Let's try and fix the buttons. Fix the buttons. Label target temp. So is that the one down in the corner? P25. Let's look at where it is. So it's 145 over and 245 down. Click 0, so that one's not clickable. Text 25. What is this? Text font 24. Center. I'm getting confused. So that's that. It's one way to do it is to change it. Change the color and then you'll know. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Worm, we're on the same page. Oh, live this time. Hey, Barry. Yeah, we're live in like this crazy time, like middle of the day, doing weird stuff just to try and throw people off. All right, let's change this. Oh, yeah, we're going to go here. We're going to go to the file editor one, and we're going to change. I think this 25 is something. So let's do something silly like this says text 25, which is so weird. Why? Because there's nothing on here that says 25. So let's just change the font size and make it like super big. And then we'll see where it shows up. We'll see what changes. We'll save that. And then we'll reload the pages. Whoa. That was weird. Okay, it updated. That's weird. Where this one says 25, what if we change this to 10 or something? Yeah, okay, that's down in the corner. So you guys should, I wonder why you don't see the reload. There it is. Okay. So that should be down in the corner. So this one is the one down in the corner. Why would it say, I guess it says 25, but then it gets overridden by other things, right? That's what it is. Okay, well, somehow it now works. You see that button in the middle now? It works now. I know, I was going back and forth between those two. This one definitely is the text in the middle that does the plussing. So now the target temperature is down in the corner. Still not doing the long press though. It's doing short press. It's going up one at a time, but it's not doing long press. It almost feels like there's an automation missing, if you ask me. Almost feels like there's an automation missing. Let's go back to this example. See if there's anything else that I'm missing. No, that's it. All right, well, the long press is definitely not working. Short press is working, but the long press is not working. The target temp down in the corner is working. For some reason now the master bedroom, it says it's 22.4 in there. Let's see if that's changed. No, this says it's 16.9. So it must be grabbing the temperature from someplace else. Oh, jeez. What a mess. label target temperature. That's the one that's down there in the corner. And it's working. Aha! Look at this. There's a problem right there. Looks like we missed a couple of temp room ones. And the 22.4 is their default. That's what it is. Okay, here we go. This is where we're goofed up. And it is button number 23. So somehow I missed that. Okay. So we got to change the temperature sensor. So the temperature sensor is going to be coming from that. We know where it's coming from. It's coming from that Lumi something. Lumi. Oh boy, that's not doing it. We're not gonna find it that way. There it is. This one. Oh, but not the button. Multi-room. Identify. Related. Master bedroom temp. Okay. Does look like it's working. There's our temperature sensor. All right. Copy. Going back up here. And there's where we missed it. So we're going to fix this. Fix it here. And fix it here. Okay. Set temperature. Okay, that's it. Up. Long. See, here's this long press. Master floor heat. Temperature. It just looks a little bit different. Okay. Well, that should at least give us the right number displayed in that middle part, which it was not doing. So this will help that. Restart the whole home assistant every time. And then we'll probably, I am feeling hungry and tired. But we're going to get this to the end. We're going to get to a happy end point here. And then we'll move on. HVAC modes, man, what the heck is going on? Good use case. Find and replace. Yeah, for sure. I just was afraid it was going to find and replace in the wrong places too many times. Help the doc reach more views. Thank you, Nicholas. Oh, we can do SG's thing too. Let's do that. That's a fun one. I don't remember if I put any sound with this. I don't think I did, but I need to. We need to make that so SG can hit the button and make that happen. Don't stream hangry. Yeah. That's what starts to happen. It certainly starts to happen. Like my desire to troubleshoot and my ability to successfully make corrections decreases drastically. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Great. Now we're back. You can see up there in the display bit. Let's go back in here and we're going to turn the heat back on. And there it goes. Should register. Oh, that's registers cooling. We don't want that cooling because that's the wrong one. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we'll put that. Oh, there it goes. Yay. Did it? It did. So short tap is going up by a decimal place, and then a long tap should go up by more. It's not. Don't know why. It did at one point. sure worked well in their example. This should not be cooling. Fan modes. Off, on. That's good. I just want to hold that and have it go up. Guess you just tap it. That's really too bad because it did it like once or twice. It may be a thing about it registering the long touch versus this short touch, because it looked like it did it at one point. Maybe we give it a break. Oh, there it goes. It did it that time. Now it's heading in the up direction again. I don't know. That's too bad. We'll have to work on that. But anyways, I'm going to call this a success. We're going to say we did it. We did it. We did it. We do have a thermostat displayed. We do have the ability to control the climate entity in Home Assistant. And we have appropriate temperature sensor responses. So we're going to call that a win. Is not complete. We'll have to come back and redo or fix a couple of those things to make it more perfecter. But for now, I'm pretty happy. You guys satisfied? What do you think? Should we call it a success? Water sensor meter in Home Assistant for what? Athema? You mean like a leak detector? Or like a flow sensor, like something in your sink to monitor how much water you've used, etc. Support the dock. If you are, try this auto-like utility. Nice. Auto-like. Totally do that. That way every time you watch, it just auto-likes. I love that. Please do that. Okay. There is like, well, maybe we can, let's see if anybody will come up for sign off. Anybody have any questions or anything we want to do? I think we get spoiled with 12 streams because we wish you streamed more often throughout the year. Love watching your streams. Nicholas, I am happy to stream more, and I will make a concerted effort to do so. All right. I'll tell you this. I will stream again at some point this week before Sunday. You have my Scout's honor. Okay. I'll stream again at some point this weekend or this week before Sunday because I'm off all week. And I wouldn't mind. Maybe what I'll start doing is 2 streams a week. Maybe I could start sneaking in a weekday night kind of a thing somewhere in there. What do you think? First time, Brian? Oh, man. We got to celebrate for Brian. You notice I made a couple changes, right? I took out the chat up here above my head, and I put in this other monitor so that I can put things up on a different monitor up here, and you guys can see it there like that. The other thing I changed was, I don't have the little readouts that say, you know, how many people on Twitch and how many people on YouTube. I was too fixated on that probably too often. And I'm like, oh, sometimes there's 100 or 50, 150, or sometimes there's 25. And I just don't need to care. I'm going to be on here and I'm going to stream, and whoever shows up and watches, yay. And we're going to make it as good as it can be, no matter how many you're watching, right? No pressure on you. Just love watching your streams because I learn a lot and hang out virtually. Well, thank you, Nicholas. I enjoy it too. And Chris is all for more streams. You got it. You got it, fellas. Oh, if I have more than one Amazon Echo device, do they need to be signed into the same account to integrate into Home Assistant? I believe yes, because when you do, if you're talking about, there's a couple of ways that you integrate your Alexa devices into Home Assistant. If you're talking about doing them as a media player, then it does sign into your Amazon account. So that would probably mean they need to be on the same, they need to be registered to the same account. If you want to do the Home Assistant skill, Alexa skill that lets Alexa learn your devices, and you can say, Alexa, turn on the stove or turn off the air conditioning or whatever. That's an integration. That's different. Is it an integration or is it a add-on? I can't remember. Oh no, it's a skill for Alexa. in that case, I mean, that works on the Alexa app. So I suppose if you have different accounts and different Alexas, maybe you need to set it up for each one, because that should also be registered with that account with the app. So you may need to have it for both. Same account or family account. Mine are all on the same account, even like the ones up at the Hobbit house, and even like my mom, for some reason, we have her Alexa devices on my account. Maybe I bought them for her. I don't remember even. I think I did. So like, and what happens, the weird thing or fun thing sometimes is when we make an announcement, we say, Alexa, make an announcement. It announces it at like every house that has a device in it that's registered to us. So my mom gets the bedtime announcements and the Hobbit house gets the dinner time announcements. Excuse my yawning. Oh, I just got a real attack. Can I do a stream about the Sonoff NSPanel, Lewis? I can. I was looking at the Sonoff NSPanel. Tell me what you think is interesting about the Sonoff NSPanel and what you're hoping to do with it. Because I looked at it and I looked at the features that you can add by doing ESP Home or Tasmota, and because the display, what you can do with the display is pretty basic or difficult, or I had a hard time finding the motivation to go through the process of flashing it. I probably should anyways, so that I can use it in Home Assistant, but I am much more intrigued currently, as you can tell, by these OpenHASP devices than I am by flashing a Sonoff NSPanel. The ability to change their displays is so wonky. That's why. But I did get my NSPanel down, which right now is still running the eWeLink basic firmware that it comes with. I did get it down and I opened it up and I looked at it and I watched some videos about it and I read some stuff about it, and then I put it back together and put it back up on the wall because I was like, I mean, I got a limited amount of time for things, and that's my take right now on the Sonoff NSPanel. Maybe it'll get better, maybe not. So, how's the Emporia View holding up? Fantastic. The Emporia View is fantastic. Information here is, well, no, this information is not from the Emporia View, but this is. This is Emporia View information. Most of this is, especially these down here. Where'd it go? These down here, these are Emporia View things, but right now there's nothing to view really. But yeah, we're heating up the Hobbit house. So a lot of this is Emporia View information as well. So holding up great. I have no qualms about recommending the Emporia View for anybody who wants a very inexpensive, very reliable, and easily to integrate power management or power monitoring system. It's great. It's not local. It does use their cloud, but it's been pretty solid for me. Have a new SP Home integration very similar to OpenHASP. How does it manage the display, Lewis? That's where I got hung up. I know that there is an ESP Home thing, but when I was looking at it, it didn't look like the ability to change the display was very good. But it could be changed. I flashed the NSPanel and I use NSPanel Lovelace UI. Seems very good so far. Okay, well maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe it's the NSPanel Lovelace UI, because that's another, I don't know, whatever that is, something you flash on there or some way that you do it, right? Or that you use it to display some Lovelace stuff. So Seamus, I'll have to look into that. Because if that's the case, then it would probably be worth doing. The videos that I watched, and they were not the newest things probably, but the stuff that I looked at, it certainly looked like it wasn't worth it at the time, but it could be better. It could certainly be better. So good questions. Let us do sign off. let's hit the sign off button, see if anybody comes. I think my older boys are home. My big boys are home.
Time for sign off. It's time for sign off. It's time for sign off.
And we can go to, let's switch back up here to the Lanbon, and we will switch to the media player, and we will skip to the next song and see what happens. Sweet. See how that works? It's really quiet, so you won't hear it, but it's cool. Oh, it might get louder. Let me know if you hear it, and then I might have to turn it down so you don't, so I don't get, or I can just pause it. That works too. And yes, again, thank you, Sir Goodenough, for reminding me. Thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring. They have been fantastic to us. I still have the request out to them for a new coupon code. If you need any of the things that they supply, I would attempt to use the coupon code we have. It's probably still good, but it's been old. It's been around a while. It may be getting past its useful life, and we may need to get a renewed one. But they do all kinds of stuff: 3D printing, CNC machining, PCB populating, building, assembly. They even do, like, what else was it? Like sheet metal folding, bunch of stuff like that. How do you like the new 3D printers? I flippin' love my new 3D printers. I love it. I love it. It's not, my camera's not turned on over there right now, but I love it. I love it. The Elegoo are awesome. You know what I'm going to do though? I am going to try and ask for the, this. I do want to, like, email these guys and say, hey, how about if I review this for you? Or something like that, you know, because this is supposed to be really good and really fast. And it's still not very expensive, like $1,500, I think. And it's supposed to be pretty awesome. Yeah. $1,500 for this one with like several different colors and a touch display and the enclosure and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have to ask him for a new one, but don't tell my wife. About to buy one, but the Elegoos are out of stock in the US. Yeah, I'm sure. Chat GPT, no need for humans. That's true, Ofer. That's true. Okay. Well, it looks like our children's are not around, so we're just going to sign off. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for joining me on a stream. I hope we learned something. We got something accomplished, and we're going to do it again. We'll do it again real soon. We're going to start working in an extra stream on another day besides Sunday, but we'll have to start working on which day that's going to be. And maybe we can do that together on Discord. Tell Janice you're holding printers for me. I am. I have extra printers, Tyson. She would be glad if I gave you one, I'm sure. Okay. All right, everybody. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, adios. Do 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 do.